What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto. We're going to look at Dogecoin today. I'm going to get right into it. So, I'm going to try to make this quick and not over-explain. I have a real habit of over-explaining. So, I'm on the monthly scale here. I go to Doge, D-O-G-E, USD, Bittrex. I use this one because it has the most historical data out of any chart that I can find on TradingView. So what we're going to do first is, and I've made a video on this before, but I'm just kind of refreshing the brains here to get a game plan going for anyone who cares about Dogecoin. This is for you. So, man, I care about it, care about making money off it, whatever, however you want to, So from the top here, we're measuring to not the bottom, not the next cycle's high. We're going to measure to when the top, this high, is broken in price. Okay, took 40 bars, 40 months. We're on the monthly scale. From this high to when it broke again, took 36. So what I would like to do is take from this high, put it right in the middle of the 40 and the 36. Let's go with 38. 38 bars. Puts that date is July in 2024. This is not when I expect Doge to have its next all-time high. This is when I expect it around, give or take a few months, give or take a half year. It could happen sooner. I don't expect it. It could happen later. I could see that more, but around this time, sometime in 2024 is what I'm expecting, that Doge will break its current all-time high at 73.9 cents. Every chart has a different price. Some charts have 72 cents as the high. Some charts have 75 cents as the high. This chart just has 73.9 cents. So basically, it's the end of May now. Let's say it's June. We have 13 months until price is expected to break that. When Doge moves, I want to point some stuff out. When Doge moves, how long does it take to seriously move? This right here, we had 3 months of just straight upside. And then, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months of downside or 5 months of downside. Really, from when it started to move, it took 10 months to find its high. Okay. When it did this last time, when it started to move, it took 6 months to find its high. So 10 to 6 months, let's do the same thing and plop it right in the middle, 8 months there. It'll take 8 months to really get going. So if we're here, we go back -8 months. And it could be 10 months, it could be 6 months, it could be shorter or longer. 10 months would put us at September of this year, 8 months is November of this year, and 6 months would be January of 2024. Basically what I'm getting at is, if you're looking to get into Dogecoin, you want to save up money and get into it before it rallies, you've got time. You've at least got to the later half of this year. September, if it give or take a few months, could be August or July even, but we still have all of June. And I think we're going to have all of July and all of August to really get invested. It might be longer than that, but it's better to prepare for things to take off sooner than you expect than it is to expect them to take off later. And yes, it might take off. It might take off 32% in a month or 39% in a month. It might take off 57% in a month or 126% in a month. But if you get in within those first 2 months that it starts to take off, and you miss the boat, you can still catch a magnificent rally on that third month. The last 2 times, that third month was pretty good. And even here, when it started to peter out, 1, 2, third month again. Here it petered out 1, 2, 3. If you bought it there, it's not the best time to buy, but you still would have made money if you just held for the long term or for a few more months. What I'm trying to get at is you have time. Okay. So the next thing I want to address is, so we address the timing, we address that patience is a thing that we can all afford right now. I want to address the fact that I think Doge has not bottomed, that I do think it's going to go lower. And here's why. So let's see. When Doge bottomed this time over here, we had a bullish engulfing candle. It was a notable bottom, very notable bottom in my opinion. And if we were to measure from the bottom to the next low, That's 31% away. It doesn't look like much on here, but that is a 31%. You can't really see it. Um, it's 31%, I promise. 31% of a difference. There you go, 31.8. Basically 32% of a difference from this low to the next low that it had. Here, it looks bearish, but we had a bullish engulfing candle again after the bottom, again. And it had half that body is a wick. And I feel like that's pretty indicative that the bottom was in. From here to the next low, I mean, that could have been the low at 70%, or that could have been the low at 86%, but this is huge percentages away. Here we are at the bottom here, and don't get me wrong, like half of that is a wick. There's no volume, but half of that is a wick, but no bullish engulfing candle. It kind of pittered out. We had a big bullish engulfing candle here that really was just a lower high, followed by price absorbing all of that bullish price action. It literally just went away. So this was a fake candle, in my opinion. It's nothing. This is just volatility consolidating until the real move comes, which I think will be down. And if we were to measure here from low to the next low, I mean, that's a 12% difference. The first one was 32%. The next one was like 70%. I don't think that's the bottom. I don't think this is the bottom. It's different than the other two bottoms, in my opinion, in multiple ways. Percentage, bullish engulfing candle is not there. But like I also think, let's see, here on this bottom we can't really go off it, but you had like one bottom, two, three bottoms. Here you had one bottom, two, three bottoms. Here we really actually I guess had like one and then two. Yeah, like two, one and two. Yeah. We haven't had a third bottom. And it doesn't need to have a third bottom. It can have two bottoms. It could have one bottom, whatever. We all have one bottom. But there's a lot of things that are different about this than the other times. And if Dogecoin goes lower, I want to point out where it's going to go lower. If it's not going to go lower, we still have a lot of time to accumulate at these prices of 7 cents, which are magnificent. If it's going to go above 70 cents again, which I do think it will, that's a 10x. That's great return on investment. But if it was to go lower, where would it go? This previous cycle, the bottom was actually below the previous cycle's all-time high. If we were to do the same thing here, the previous cycle's high is actually at a price of 1.87 cents. 1.87. Yeah, right there, basically 1.9 cents. So if we were to do the same thing we did last time, we'd actually go below this line. I don't think we're going to this line. I don't think we're actually going below this line, but I wanted to put it here to show you the potential for Doge to drop. That would be, currently, from the current price, would be a percentage drop of over 74%. I don't think anybody would be happy to see that kind of money go away. Just to illuminate the risk potential. I don't think it's going that low. Where I do think it's going is closer to somewhere in the lines of the 1272 and the 1618. So we've got our fib extensions drawn here from the most recent low that we've had to the most recent high that we've had. The fib extensions start at, the 1272 is at 3.5 cents, all the way down really to 1.7 cents. It's kind of in that area that we were looking at before, but I think the 1618 might be a base for us down at 2.38 cents, if not the 1272. And it'll be very important. If we blast through this 1272, I would expect to see the 1618. If not, at least the 1414. But we're gonna go. The main point is in my opinion, Doge is likely to go below 4 cents, and it even has a chance of going below 3 cents, and it even has a chance of going below 2 cents. So if you want to buy here at 7 cents and you want to hold for the future, remember that when it drops. Okay, if it drops, remember that. I do think it's going to go that low. I think especially because we have a lot of time. We have a lot of time before it potentially needs to start doing things, making moves, and it can take its sweet time. It can take all the time in the world. It doesn't, like most assets, it doesn't need to climb back up to its previous high before it moves. It just bottoms out, flattens out, and then when it's go time, boom, it's go time. And it could act differently. It could take longer to get up. It might not, explode until it gets at higher prices. But Dogecoin is just like a sporadic thing, man, and I expect it to be sporadic in the future. Anyways, getting off topic here. I do want to talk about the potential prices that it could go up to as well. So if we measure from this high to the current low, actually before we do that, let's compare it to previous cycles. The first all-time high to the all-time low. From here, we saw an extension just above the 1618, just above it. Basically right at it, but just above it, Shows respect at the 1414, bounces off the 1272 a little bit, rejects the 1414 area again. It respects these fibs. I like to see that because that means that it'll probably, and actually if you go back, even so, it respects the 2618 up here, literally, like respects it, bounces off of this line, rejects this line, which is the 2272. I like seeing respect in the fibs because that means that you can base it off of fibs in the future as well. If it's shown it in the past, that means that people who use fibs or algorithms that use fibs are basing their information off of these, If we go all the way up here, we broke the 1618 again. We found support on the 1272, a little bit of resistance on the 1414 again. Finding support on the 1414 right now as we speak, actually. And we blew through the 1618 on this one. We blew through it. So that's 2 cycles in a row that we've blown through the 1618. From this high to this low, the 1618 would currently be at $3.94. Crazy. What, can it go there? Hell yeah. Oh yeah, it can. It definitely can. 100% it can, man. It definitely can. And the market cap at that price would be around $500 billion. There's 2 cryptos that have already gone above $500 billion, Ethereum and Bitcoin. What's the third one going to be? It could be Doge. It really could be. The one that's backed by multiple billionaires. Elon Musk, Vlad Tenev, Mark Cuban. Got 3 billionaires advocating for it. Besides Bitcoin, I don't even know if Ethereum has public billionaires publicly advocating for it. I know Bitcoin does, but besides those 2 coins, is there any other coin that has billionaires, multiple billionaires publicly advocating for it? I don't think there are. Now, I like to use this analogy all the time. I trust a chef to cook me a good meal. I trust a tattoo artist to put a dope tattoo on me. I trust, a talented musician to write a beautiful piece of music. I trust that billionaires are good with money. And if you got 3 of them advocating for Dogecoin, in my opinion, that says something. That's something that no other coin has. So can it go to the 1618 like it has the last 2 cycles? I think it can. And here's the best part. If 394 sounds ridiculous, that number only increases if this is not the low. If we actually go lower than 4 cents, like I think we will, let's say 3.5 cents. That's basically 3.5 cents. The 1618 is at 488 now. If it goes lower than that, maybe we go to the previous all-time high. It's at $7.27. I don't expect Doge to go that high. I've done the math. That would be an over $1 trillion market cap, and only Bitcoin has broken the $1 trillion market cap. I don't expect Doge to do that, at least not in this next cycle. Maybe it'll happen eventually, but I don't expect it to happen in this next cycle. And maybe this is how low it goes, and maybe we don't break the 1618. Maybe we go to the 1272. But hey, that's at $2 from this price. Maybe we go to the 1414. Hey, that's at 3 whatever. Maybe we go as low as, not even 3.5 cents. 1618 is still like in a possible price range, honestly, a possible price range. The 1414 is even more possible. The 1272 is even more possible. What I'm trying to get at is a multi-dollar Dogecoin. In my opinion, it's not just possible, but it's inevitable. It's going to happen. And we have the opportunity as investors, speculators, degenerates to buy this coin below 4 cents. You can buy a coin that will be worth multiple dollars, potentially multiple dollars, and you can buy it below 4 cents. And what's great about it is when it moves fast, man. It moves fast. You'll be bored as hell for months, years maybe. And then it just takes off. You'll 10x overnight. You'll 100x. I mean, let's look. Let's see. From low to high, 21,821. Low to high. So this one was bigger. 54. So to put that in easier terms, this is a 219x. 218x. This is a 549x, 548x. That's ridiculous, man. That's $1,000 turns into over $500,000. $1,000 turns into $250,000. I want to be pessimistic. Let's be pessimistic and say that Dogecoin, let's put it down at let's put it at 1 cent. And let's take half of the lowest percentage gain that it's seen. So if it went down all the way to 1 cent, which I doubt, I do not think that's going to happen, but let's be super freaking pessimistic here. 1 cent, and we were to go to half of the lowest percentage gain that we've seen. So half of 21.8 thousand would be what? I can't do math right now. 10.5 thousand, 10.9 thousand, 10.9 thousand, 10.9 thousand %. So that would put us at, well, I guess it's not as cool as I thought it would be. That would put us at a price, come on now, close enough. That'd still put us above $1. That would still put us above $1. And that's like the most pessimistic I could be. Let's say the low wasn't at 1 cent. Let's say the low was at 3.5 cents, which I'm kind of expecting it to be around there. Maybe it goes lower, whatever. Let's do 2 cents now. 2 cents actually. That would put it at $2, right? And that makes sense. So yeah, 3 cents would be $3, right? So is a multiple dollar Dogecoin possible? I don't think it's possible. I think it's inevitable. I think it's going to happen. And again, when it happens, it's going to happen fast. I'm going to do one more thing. I like to do this, so I'm going to do one more thing. We're going to talk about the ribbon, look at it in relation to Dogecoin, put it on a log scale. We're on the monthly time frame here. This ribbon has always been, well, I guess not always, but for a long time has been postured to the upside. The yellow line is on top. Right now it is contracting a little bit, and as price goes down it will contract more, but it would take a lot for this ribbon to cross bearishly. If it crosses bearishly, that's bad, but for right now I like this ribbon a lot. I think we could go all the way down to 3 cents. This ribbon will still be fine. It'll just contract more, which when we come up and pump up, that's only going to be a bullish thing. On the weekly time frame, however, it's bearish. We are contracted right now, and we are looking to expand down. And this just illuminates more of what I was saying earlier, that I don't think the bottom's in. I don't think the bottom's in at all. If the bottom was in, we would be above the ribbon right now. We'd be above it. This ribbon would be looking to flip. It wouldn't be looking like this, that's for sure. Anything can happen. It is Dogecoin, it is crypto, anything can happen, but I do think we're going to go lower. We look at the daily. I think it doesn't really respect the daily at all. Just going right, straight disrespect on this, man. You get that with volatility, though. That's just kind of how it happens. It does respect it at times, you know. Hard to find those times right now. Maybe not respect the daily so much. But to be fair, the daily doesn't look good right now. It doesn't look good. Just more of what I'm trying to say is that I do think Doge is going to drop in the near term, in the short term, maybe even in the midterm, but in the long term, I see it going to be over multiple dollars. And that's completely possible. It's completely achievable. It's been achieved by the top 2 cryptos already. And I know it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. You're comparing Dogecoin, you're comparing dog shit to Ethereum and the crypto silver and crypto gold. Or call Ethereum platinum if you want to. But what other crypto has as much decentralization as Dogecoin does? The founder of it, literally sold all of his Dogecoins. It's not controlled by anybody. Everyone says it's controlled by Elon Musk. I bet he's not even the biggest holder of it. He just tweets about it. And he's tweeted about it so many times and it doesn't go up. He's tweeted about it and it goes down, but nobody talks about that. They want to believe that Elon Musk has absolute power over Dogecoin. He's tweeted about it multiple times this year. Here it is. It hasn't pumped. And I mean, it has pumped this year, but not just when he tweets about it. You know what I mean? And what was I gonna say? Totally forgot. Oh yeah, Mark Cuban, Vlad Tenev, Elon Musk. You got 3 billionaires advocating for it. Dogecoin has a fixed inflationary rate of 5.26 billion coins per year. And that sounds like a lot, and it is. But how many dollars are printed off every year? You think they print off $5.26 billion a year? A dollar's worth a dollar. They print off trillions of those things a year, man. Like, it's math. 5.6 billion, 26 billion versus trillions a year. Like, what? It's just a matter of time before Dogecoin is worth more than a dollar. From a fundamental standpoint, it is worth more than a dollar. You can look at it. There are only, and this is my case for it being better than the dollar. If it's better than the dollar, it'll be more valuable than the dollar. And what I mean by more valuable is it'll be worth more than a dollar, right? There is a total circulating supply, and you can always see it at 139.5 billion, basically at 140 billion. Sorry, that's my daughter. She's a little baby, so sometimes babies cry. And you see this, you can see this number, you can pull it up at any time. You can go to Dogecoin and look at their chain, their blockchain, and see how many are circulating at any point in time. How many dollars are circulating? How many are circulating? You can't counterfeit Dogecoins, you can counterfeit dollars. You want to make a fake Dogecoin, that's what Shiba is. It's obvious, that it's not Dogecoin, that it doesn't work like that. That's not how the software works. It has a fixed inflation rate. The dollar, it might have a fixed percentage inflation rate, which isn't even fixed because it goes as much as the Fed wants to do. Dogecoin will never print more than 5.26 billion Doges a year, which means that as time progresses, the percentage of inflation is deflationary. It's an inflationary coin. The total supply is unlimited. The max supply is unlimited, just like the dollar. But the rate of inflation, it will actually go down as more Dogecoins get pumped. If you had 100 Dogecoins and you had a 5% pump, now you have, or 5% inflation rate, now you have 105. Or not a 5% inflation rate. You had an inflation rate of 5 Dogecoins. You had 100 Dogecoins, an inflation rate of 5 Dogecoins a year. Now you have 105. That's 5%. But now you do the next year, it's 110 off of 105 because you add 5. Well, 5 off of 105 is less than 5%. As time goes on, all I'm trying to say is the inflation rate becomes deflationary. It is an inflationary asset that has a deflationary rate of inflation, which makes it better than the dollar in itself. You can buy real world goods with Dogecoin. Tesla and the Mavericks sell merchandise. I think the Mavericks even sold tickets for Dogecoin at one point in time. You can't do that with any other crypto other than like Bitcoin and Ethereum, the top 2 coins that have broken $500 billion in market cap. You can't do that with any other crypto. There's a lot of cryptos that want it, but nobody's going to take your shitty coins, whatever. Bitcoin Cash even, actually. People do use Bitcoin Cash for real world goods. Bitcoin Cash, I'm pretty sure that like happened last year. Like you can look that up for yourself. It might not be St. Kitts, but it's some island in the Caribbean, and a lot of places in Asia too. This isn't a video about Bitcoin Cash though. I'm just trying to say that maybe there's a handful, like literally a handful, 5 or less coins that you can buy physical real world goods with. Dogecoin's one of them, and it's a joke coin. Nobody takes it seriously. Everyone has their eyes on it. They all know about it. Some people, I've talked to people who know about Dogecoin and they don't even know about Bitcoin, which is ridiculous to me. It has the attention and it has billionaires who back it, but people still don't take it seriously. The owner sold all of his coins. It's decentralized. It's been around since 2013. It's safe. It's never been hacked. These are all the things that we look for in crypto. And people don't take it seriously because it's Dogecoin. It's a meme coin. But the thing is this meme coin, without the intention of it, it's actually better and more feasible than any fiat currency on the planet. Literally. Can't be fucked with. And I guess I'm going to end it there because I don't really have anything else to say. I don't think that it's done going down yet. I do think it's going to go lower than its current low, just below 5 cents. I think it'll go lower than 4 cents. It could even go below 2 cents. So be patient and strike at the appropriate time. Hit that buy button whenever it comes down. It might come down to this previous low right here, which is right around 4 cents. That's higher than I'm expecting, but it could. It could go right to there. Could go a little bit lower, who knows? Right there, this little wick is at just about 3 cents. It could go anywhere in that range, who knows? But what I do know, what I do expect, what I truly believe is that Dogecoin is better than the dollar, which means it's more valuable than the dollar, which means it'll be worth more than $1. And I think it'll be worth multiple dollars. I think it completely has that potential. And, you know, at first this video was really about how Dogecoin's going to take a dump, but I guess it's more of a video about the longevity as well, just that things are going to do good in the future. I think it's going to do good in the future. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents. I beat this thing over the head multiple times. I'm going to stop talking so much. I hope everybody has a good day. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and yeah, take it easy.